Lawrence Jackson, Matthew Berry, joined by NFL royalty, fantasy football royalty, one of the best in the business, Tyreek Hill.
Yeah.
Tyreek, thanks, man, for coming by, stopping by. We heard you want to talk. What do you want to talk about?
Just love to talk, man. I
Yeah,
just love
alright,
to talk,
good.
man. I seen this nice-looking gentleman, two
Yeah,
nice-looking
yeah,
gentlemen.
thanks,
I was like, why
appreciate
not? Why not stop in and talk?
I appreciate
And I see that we have Applebee's cups, so
We do.
why not talk?
Yeah.
There you
Yes,
go.
sir.
You know?
Absolutely. We are served by Applebee's. We love them. All right. Well, so I know you were just over with my friends at Pro Football Talk.
Yes, sir.
And one of the things you told the guys was you said, correct me if I'm paraphrasing this wrong, but hey, I take full responsibility for my comments.
For sure.
I want to be back in Miami.
For sure, man. Just like I told those guys, obviously, like being a leader, you're like one of the guys on this team, I could have handled myself, totally different. But in the heat of the moment, I just said whatever, you know what I'm saying? But I take full responsibility of that, man. I love Miami. Those guys have taken great care of me. The organization has, and also the fans. Like, they've been real, nice to my family. So whenever we have events at the Soul Winner store, which is the shirt that I'm wearing,
Yes.
Yeah.
it's me and my wife's clothing brand.
Mm-hmm.
The fans show up.
Yeah.
They show up. They show love. They're very appreciative, and I feel like I owe them a huge apology, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because they are the ones who were, putting food on my table, essentially.
Right,
you know what I'm
right.
saying? So I'm very thankful for those, man, people.
Yeah, so now that part's out the way,
Yeah.
now that everybody know you going back to Miami, that's
Come
out the
on.
way. So now now what's next? How does the Dolphins, the offense, the defense, how do y'all get back to being that playoff caliber team?
Great question, man. It starts in the offseason, man. It starts in OTAs. It starts mini camp, training camp. Building those crucial moments together. As a team.
Uh-huh.
Because anybody can have a great roster. Because we all know at the end of the year, it may not be the best team that wins the Super Bowl. It's all about being a good team and how well teams play together.
Right on.
And like how guys play for one another. So building those special moments in the off season, with one another, is important, man.
Yeah.
So let's talk about that for a little, because brotherhood and being together and playing as a team as one unit is so important, as you just referenced here.
Right.
So I'm curious. So you're doing some press. You're saying, hey, man, that was the heat of the moment. We've all had bad moments where we've said something we didn't mean, and everything like that.
Right.
Appreciate that. I know the fans appreciate that.
Right.
But talking about your teammates, have you reached out to them? Have you talked to them after that comment? Have you talked to Coach McDaniel? Talk to me about the relationship with your guys in the locker room.
Yeah. Guys in the locker room, relationships still great. Those guys pretty much have a pretty high respect level for myself.
Sure.
Because the way I command myself every day at work and even on the practice field, like I work my tail off each and every day, man. Because I feel like that's the only way. I'm gonna teach some of these younger guys, how to be a pro's pro at the end of the day, because that's what I learned whenever I was in Kansas City, watching Travis Kelce,
Yeah.
Watching guys like Justin Houston on the other side of the defense practicing his tail off. So I want to do the same thing, man, for my guys in Miami. And yes, I have talked to Coach McDaniel. It was a great conversation. I think that was something that I feel like we both needed. And I love the guy, and like I say, those guys have taken great care of me and my family, and I'm gonna continue to work hard for this organization. I never want bad blood with any organization.
Right.
Love those guys to death, so
Yeah.
that's where I stand.
Yeah.
All right.
Appreciate
So-
that.
Just going into 2025 season, right? So first off, man, I got the crazy receipts with Tua as soon as you signed with Miami.
Yeah.
They checked out, right? Because
They
Tua,
checked out, right?
They
They
checked
did
out.
check out.
You statistically had your best seasons with Tua.
Just saying though.
Right. So let me ask you this about your quarterback.
Okay.
Have we seen the best of Tua yet? Because there's been times when he played, even times this past season when he came back from concussion, he was playing like a top 5 quarterback. So he's played at a top level already. Have we seen the best of him yet?
No, you haven't. I feel like as years go on, players, get better. And Tua, he's one of those guys that wants to continue to get better.
Yeah.
Tua, just like myself, prides itself on, accountability and playing hard for his guys and also playing hard for his fan base.
Yes.
I feel like a lot of people don't know that. And he's going to continue to get better, man, especially with, Coach McDaniel as the OC and also Coach Frank as the calling plays also, man. So we have a real good coaching staff who holds everybody accountable. Not just one guy, but everybody.
Yes,
you know what I'm
sir.
saying? So we're going to continue to grow, continue to get better, and I'm going to continue to get faster. So
You going to continue to get faster. Hey.
I remember faster than faster than
old school, baby.
Old school. I remember back in the day.
You still the fastest dude in the league.
Fastest in the league. I don't care who they draft or who who running in the 40-yard dash, man.
So, hey, Tyreek, it came out after the season that, you played through a lot of injuries this year. You've always been one of the toughest guys in the NFL.
Right.
How's your health right now? How you feeling heading into next year? Heading into the offseason, I should say.
I'm pretty much fair, man, right now. Obviously, I got to have some things looked at, but I like to keep that private for myself. But,
fair.
I mean, my parents raised me not to make excuses or, not whenever there's adversity, just be willing to face it. And that's probably how I've become who I am, man, because I'm a silent worker and I battle my tail off no matter what I'm going through. And because football is a game of toughness at the end of the day.
Yes, sir.
Like we play 18 weeks plus the playoffs. Like you're going to go through something.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Sure,
we
of
all,
course.
like everybody's hurt. Like everybody's going through something.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? So I don't want to be that guy on my team that's like, I don't feel like going this week. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I want to be that guy that's like, bring that shit, man.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
I may have something going on, but I'm not studying that.
All right. If you could play,
Yeah,
you could show that speed.
If I can show my speed, I'm out there.
Yeah.
You know
Now,
what I'm saying?
when you said I'm gonna continue to get faster, that look, that automatically made me think about.
I know what you're finna say.
Yeah, I know you know. I know that you know. Is something actually gonna happen with that? With you and Noah Lyles, it ain't even gotta be no 60 minutes. Because I feel like each man trying to get the race that better suit them.
Exactly.
But I feel like it should. I feel like you should get the race you run because he the track runner. Noah Lyles is the track runner. But is it a realistic chance that you and Noah Lyles could race? Because whatever the case, whatever the result may be, however distance you go, it's gonna generate eyes and everything.
Yeah. I'm with you, man. Great question. Let's just keep a spade. Noah Lyles is scared.
Yeah. Okay.
Let's keep a spade.
Yeah.
He's completely scared.
Is he scared of you in a 40?
I mean, yes.
Yeah.
He should be.
Yeah.
He should be, man, because when you think of a smaller stature guy like myself,
Yeah.
I have great turnover. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So my start is going to be tremendous versus his start. He's kind of a taller guy, so he doesn't
get going halfway
so he
through the
needs
race.
time to build up his speed, so I'm really hoping for us to, get a race going. My team obviously been talking to his team this whole entire offseason.
Okay.
They just told me to stay in shape, which is what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Like, as soon as our season was over, I started working out. ASAP.
Yeah.
Like, I started training on the track. I started lifting weights, doing what I got to do, pulling sleds, whatever I got to do, man. So I'm really looking forward to it, man.
Yeah.
So
All
Dolphins are built on speed. All right, take yourself out of it.
okay.
Who wins in a race on the Dolphins? Who's the fastest guy not named Tyreek Hill on the Dolphins?
I mean, I seen Devon A-Chain get ran down week 18 against the Jets, so I got to go. I seen Waddle get ran down his rookie year, so I got to go Raheem Mostert, the older guys.
Okay.
Team older guy, man. Let's go.
Let's go.
Y'all might have to
Raheem.
have a little two-man relay, the two older guys versus two younger guys. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Let's keep talking about this offense, though. It was an up and down year. I know that not the season that Miami wanted, but
Man.
talk to me a little bit about one of the bright spots this year was the emergence of Jonnu Smith.
Ooh,
Talk to me about Jonnu.
Yeah.
So Jonnu, man, I love Jonnu to death, man. He came in, he worked his tail off, OTAs, training camp, and quite frank, he was one of the best teammates I probably ever had, man. Like a real humble guy, real quiet guy, and who just wants to win, Now there were situations where it's like tie game, and he's like this is what I love to see from players. In a crucial moment, Jonnu Smith was like, "Give me the ball, man.
Yeah.
Dropping the ball, won us the game against the Jets, man. So I love seeing that. I love being a part of that because it's like I'm blocking for this dude and like he running angry behind me, and it's like, yo, this dude is a dog, bro. So, just like experiencing all of that, witnessing him going to his first Pro Bowl, it's just God's blessing, man. So.
It was fun to see.
Is there any players on the Dolphins that people may not know about that could have a jump going into 2025? Like, we know you, we know Waddle,
Yeah.
Like, who's a person they might not see? They might not see them coming.
Yeah, somebody that you see in practice. That
I can
you're
say
like,
offense or defense, right?
Yeah.
Okay, great question.
That you're like, if this kid gets, I see this in practice. If this kid gets more snaps, watch out.
Jalen Wright, bro.
Yeah, Jalen Wright.
Yeah.
Jalen Wright.
Running back,
You know, last year, we had so many running backs, though. We had Raheem, Devon, Jeff Wilson.
Yep.
Then Jalen Wright. So we had a long list of running backs. But Jalen Wright, the thing that stands out to me about him is he has great balance like A-Chain. He's big. He's physical. But that can run too, though.
Yes, he ran a 4.3.
Well, when I seen him run, I'm like, hold on. This dude way bigger than me. He running like that.
Right.
I'm like, hey, man. And he's shifty too, though. That's the crazy part about it. He got moves out the backfield, can catch out the backfield. So he kind of like your do-it-all back where, you don't got to take him out on third down. He can do a mix of everything. So I'm really looking forward to just watching him play and watching him grow as a player this year anyways, because he's special. And he's another guy who's humble, who's quiet, who comes into work and does what he has to do.
Yeah.
Tyreek, I got to – every time when you cover the NFL, you feel like, I've seen it all, right? And last year, there was something I'd never seen before. One of the craziest things, week one, you're driving to the stadium, minding your own business.
Man.
Right? And all of a sudden, no, hang on.
I'm with you.
No, right.
No,
but you did. You get arrested, complete BS, gets figured out. Then you go out later that day and completely ball out. Over 100 yards.
That's the part we get.
That's the part that's amazing. Is that most people would have been completely shook by what a crazy experience, right?
Yeah.
And you're like, you put it out of your head and said, I got a job to do.
I got to go and get 130 real quick.
I got to go get 130.
Right, exactly. Just take me through, once it gets cleared up until game day, how do you get your mindset for something? That was one of the craziest things I've ever seen.
It was like an up and down, day anyways, you know what I'm saying, because my wife, she was supposed to be with me and she was slow that day, and I'm like, I can't be late to the game. She's like, all right, go ahead.
I'm kind of the starting receiver out here.
I was like, I can't be late, so I go, you know what I'm saying, and then the whole spiel went out and I get arrested. Then in that moment, I kind of blanked out. I went into a mode where after I got arrested, I got into the locker room. I just sat in my locker. I didn't go warm up. I didn't do nothing. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm still trying to catch up. What just happened? I'm like,
that would freak anyone out.
And then my wife called me, my mom called me, they're like, you good? I'm like, yeah, I'm good, man. Then we prayed. Then I was like, I'm good, man. Because at the end of the day, I know, I got a job to do. You know what I'm saying? My job is to, be there for my teammates, play for my teammates, and be that leader for those guys. And, even for my kids, too, though. You know what I'm saying? Because, I'm setting the standard for my kids. Hey, you can be having a bad day or you can be going through whatever, man. Let's not
let mess of the whole day.
Let's not deter us from what we really got going on. So
no, it's an important lesson. You never know what life throws at you. All you can control is how you react to it, right?
Exactly, man. Exactly. You got to be strong in those moments, man. And I feel like I taught a lot of people how to be strong in those moments, man. So
there's no doubt.
There's never bad blood between me and the police. I got a lot of respect for the police, man. My uncle was a police. I'm working with those guys every day, so no bad blood, man.
I want to give you a compliment here, not to kiss your ass, but real talk. I think a lot of people in that moment, in the post-game press conference, you obviously get asked about it.
Right.
And a lot of people would have could have gone a lot of different ways. And I thought you handled yourself so amazingly, saying listen, let's make a positive out of this, and I want to work with him. And as crazy and weird as stupid as that situation was, it feels like a lot of positive actually came out of it. As you mentioned, you've got you've now got a better relationship with them, and you're working with them.
Right. Because you got to understand, that video
one bad apple.
That video probably got 50 million views.
Exactly.
And to stop ongoing situations like that, because somebody else could have another situation like that. I said, yes, I could have let my window down, so let's let our window down next time. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Listen now, complain later. You learn that, man. So I learned something in the situation, man.
But also, I just think in terms of how you handled it, how you addressed the situation after the game, I thought really impressive and diffused what could have made it could have made a bad situation worse, and you made a bad situation better.
I could have been like, man, I ain't fooling with those cops.
Right, and you've got such a massive fan. No, but you do. You have a massive platform. You have a massive fan base, and so a responsibility comes with that. You know what I mean? And so, anyway, it was just awesome to see. It was a great moment. I have a couple last questions for you. Tell me about this app called Currency.
Yes.
This sounds cool.
Yes. So me and my wife, we're actually building an app called Currency. It's not done yet. It's coming out in the App Store probably like in future weeks, where it introduces creators to brands and it makes it all easier for both sides. So more information coming soon on that. I don't want to give too much on it yet because we're still building the brand. Adding new stuff to it weekly. But my wife is solely the creator of it. I'm just like the spokesperson of it since I'm like the talker of the family.
Right.
So she does all the hard labor behind it.
Well, it seems like you and your wife are really entrepreneurial. You also started the shirt company,
right? Yes.
Talk to me a little bit about that.
So Soul Runner is something that me and my friends used to call ourselves whenever we were in high school. So we didn't want to join any gang. So we were like, bro, we just going to call ourselves the Soul Runners, bro. You know what I'm saying? Soul Runners. Reek, you a runner. You know what I'm saying? So why not call ourselves the Soul Runner? So once I got to the league, I was like, you know what? I'm going to create a clothing brand called Soul Runner. Created the brand. It's been great ever since. I've been designing clothes I wouldn't say my whole entire life, but ever since my college years, I've been designing clothes. And it's been fun, man. I can do all kind of concepts. And I feel like my clothes, each and every clothes, just like chefs do foods, and it's just like chefs do foods and that specific food has like an inspiration behind it, I feel like my clothing, each piece has an inspiration behind it and why I design it. So, I really enjoy doing it. I love bringing the community together whenever we do events. We're looking to have Dan Marino, come by the store in Aventura soon. I think the Miami Dolphin fans will forgive me if we get him to come in. So
that's awesome.
Love that, man.
Well, once you start playing next season, they'll forgive you.
Last question for you here before we let you go here. Sunday, who you rooting for? Who do you think wins?
Oh, I've been telling everybody the Kansas City Chiefs, baby.
Yeah?
Mr. Pat Riley, get ready to be a rich man.
Three-peat coming? Three-peat coming.
He's going to three-peat, and I'm going to trademark four-peat.
There you go. Smart. There you go. You and your wife. Fantasy football legend, NFL legend, Tyreek Hill. Pleasure to you, my friend.
I got a question for you.
Yes, sir.
What number was I in fantasy football?
This year? On a points per game basis?
Don't break my heart.
It was probably like 30s.
Yeah, somewhere.
30?
Yeah.
That's the thing, though.
Because you were hurt.
That's the thing, though.
Because you were hurt.
This is the thing. We talked about this before. You're going to be a value now because
everybody drafted me high last year.
Right.
You were
it might
top
be a couple
5 pick.
rounds
You're
back.
always a top 5 pick. You know that.
Yeah. We're going to catch you on the value end now. But see, you said you're getting faster, so that's good.
Yeah, well, listen, this is our thing. Honestly, we were all saying stuff like, why aren't they getting Tyreek the ball? Some of the stuff you probably were asking yourself, why aren't they getting Tyreek the ball? Why aren't they scheming him open? What's going on? And we know Tua was hurt, which also, that's tough. And
tough, man.
But yes, you were last year you were wide receiver 29 in fantasy football. So
bro.
So make a prediction right now, Tyreek. Make a prediction right now. What are you next year? You're wide receiver what?
Top 3.
There you go.
Easy,
man. So that's 1,700 yards.
Right? For me, I really love meeting people in the grocery store that says, man, you saved my fantasy team. Thank you so much. I really love meeting people in the grocery store.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. So if you're in a grocery store and you see Tyreek, go up and thank him.
I really enjoy that. That motivates me.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I appreciate that.
Appreciate you, man.
Thanks,
for Tyreek Hill, Matthew and Lawrence. Hey, it's Matthew Berry from NBCSports.com and RotoWorld.com, and I want to thank you so much for watching whatever it is you just watched, or if nothing else, being too lazy to click out of the autoplay after this video started, after whatever it is you actually wanted to watch finished. But now that you're here, I'd like to take a moment here to ask you respectfully now, okay? I'm asking you respectfully to subscribe to the NFL on NBC YouTube channel. You'll get the latest RotoWorld fantasy news headlines, all sorts of great shows, including my own Fantasy Football Happy Hour. So go subscribe now. Again, I'm asking respectfully.